Hey guys, Curtis here with you today. Today I want to go over a little comparison between these fingernail clippers we just got in and the ones that we've been using. So first I want to go over these here. So kind of pros and cons of them. The first part is the actual weight of this thing is pretty hefty. So I mean I suspect this is going to last us quite some time here. But you can kind of see here this little arm, I guess that's what we call the arm. This arm is pretty thick, it's pretty heavy duty. So whenever you turn this around, you also do have this nice little groove right here. That way your finger can kind of fit right in there just to kind of hold it into place. So definitely does its job on that one. And these are, plenty sharp. I mean, we've only had these for a couple months. So, I mean, I suspect these are going to last quite a little time before we get any like dulling issue out of them. So no complaints there. The only real issue or kind of critique, I guess we call it here, I've had with these is this little plastic sleeve that kind of holds onto here. The purpose of this is to catch your nail clippings. So that way, if you trim your nails here, your nail will actually go into this little sleeve. So I like the idea in theory. It's just a little bit tricky to get on and off. So whenever you take this off, you kind of pry it loose. And you kind of see there's like a little spot there where the bottom goes. And the same thing over here. So whenever you pull this out, this dumps very easily. You pull that out and your trimmings can either fall out through this hole, fall out through here. You just take it and kind of give it a little dump. So as long as this stays attached, it works perfectly fine. No issues there. The only issue I had is one time when I was doing this thing actually fell completely off like this. And I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to put this thing together, but it is a little bit tricky. You have a couple little bumps here. You got to kind of line it up with there. Again, it wasn't anything really hard, but it did take a small little bit of a learning curve to kind of figure that out. And I made it look pretty easy there, but trust me, the first time I did that, it took me, a good couple minutes. I actually gave up on it for a little while to stop using it. So I revisited it and was able to eventually figure it out. But not a big issue at all, just a small little critique there. I honestly don't know what they could do different, if they could do anything. But I did have a hard time figuring that out in the beginning, but once I figured it out, no issues. This does also have this little kind of I saw that a little file on the bottom there, so you kind of file out your nails. But very good little nail clipper. Again, no big issues there other than just the learning curve of trying to figure that out. Now, let's compare this to the new one we just got in here. So this one is a very new clipper, at least to me. I've only really used what I consider like a traditional nail clipper, which is this is what I consider a traditional one. I don't know if that's actually traditional or not, but that's what I've always used. New one here, this is the new Huing stainless steel nail clipper here, and this one is the Mr. Green. You can kind of see they did a real good job putting their logo on there. But all right, so let's see what this looks like inside. Here we have a little, I guess, introduction pamphlet. Let's see, little picture of him on here, picture on the other side. Let's see. Okay, they're showing, I guess there's going to be like a little spring in there. So do not set up like this. It's supposed to be like that. That's what they're showing. The purpose of this one here is. All right, how to prevent toenail disease, a little educational bit. Quality assurance, again, a little bit more education. Product display, product specifications, how to use. Again, lots of little pictures, a little bit of information in here, kind of let you know what's going on. And then you also had this. There's their name brand, how to contact them, different ways. And here, this little piece of styrofoam. All right, so it came with this. All right, this is pretty heavy duty, very thick. Again, I don't want to actually bend this here, but I'm giving it a little bit of pressure right there, and I don't really feel it giving, so that's sturdy. So good quality stuff here. Inside here. All right, so you had your little spot that held this groove to hold that. All right, so let's actually look at these here. It did come with this little safety plastic sleeve, pops right off, and this is reusable. So this is a thick, heavy plastic. That's not like a thin, cheap one. That's, again, you can put that back on there. It's gonna last you a little bit here. All right, so looking at this, that at first glance, I was worried that was going to be very sharp, and it is sharp, don't get me wrong. You don't want to poke yourself with this, but you're not going to cut yourself real easy. That's not too sharp there. And then here is that little spring they're showing the pictures of. Let's see. So it showed a picture of not doing this. Well, let me pull that out here again. All right, so that is the check mark picture like this. So you can see right there. So I got lined up correctly, and that's going to be your little spring, I'm assuming. So when you push that, the spring will push it back out. Not really sure what this is even there for. So that's doing the same thing. I'm not really sure why there'd be two of them. Pull out the protective case, open the left or right spring, trim your toenail. So don't know why there's two of them in there. I mean, I didn't see anything explaining that. Again, these are new to me. I've never used this type of clipper before. Before using, please soak feet in warm water for several minutes to soften the nails. Please don't open both of those two springs while using. Again, there it is. They're specifying don't use it, but I don't know why there's two then. The blade is very sharp. Please put on the protective case when not in use. Protective case would be this. After use, please disinfect with alcohol, cotton pad. Keep it away from children. All right, so again, not really sure why there's two of them in there. Not unless they're expecting that, want them to break and then you just have a backup, but for whatever reason, there is two, but don't use both of them at the same time. But all right, so just kind of giving this a glance here. Again, I'm going to give my nail a little trim here for you just so you can kind of see, because these are new to me. You can see it is curved, so nice little curve to it. Again, I'm just going to try to get my finger, try to get this where you guys can see it as well. Let me adjust this. Yeah, my nail's not incredibly long right now, but it's trying. So I'm kind of getting that blade underneath my fingernail and trying to do this at a weird angle. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Again, my fingernail's not too long right now. Okay, I can see it, the appeal of that. That's kind of neat. All right. So I was actually kind of worried about these, to tell you the truth. I was kind of intimidated by that. But I just wanted to try something new. But there you go, guys. There's a little comparison between the two. And this, I'm pretty sure most everybody's familiar with how to use these. But just in case you're not familiar with this case, I'll try to get a little nail clipping action in there for you just so you can kind of see it. So get a little trim, and then now that all your trimmings are going to gather into this. Again, you pop this out, assuming it kind of fell out on me there. I normally do that over a trash can or something, so that way the trimmings fall right to the trash can. I don't even know where they went. But both of them are very good. Again, this is more what I consider traditional. I love these. Again, took a little bit of a learning curve to figure that out. These new ones here are just kind of neat for me to try something new. Again, a little weird. They put two things on here, but seems very sturdy. These are very heavy duty. Got a little bit of heft to them. These handles feel great. But there you go, guys. So I hope somebody out there found or got something useful from this video. And thank you guys for watching.